Disaster Reconstruction Authority Executive Chairman Alex Storr did not hold back as he continued to rail against the Minutes administration's handling of post-Dorian recovery. This time he slammed the January 2020 pledge conference that was sponsored by the United Nations Development Program.
The pledge conference, from what I have seen so far, was nothing but a PR exercise done to fool the Bahamian people. The 1.7 billion or however much the figure was, what actually materialized is nowhere near that figure.
In January 2020, the Minutes administration said it received $1.5 billion in pledges for Hurricane Dorian relief during a special pledging conference. The pledges included technical assistance, intellectual assistance, concessionary loans, equity, grants, and guarantee financing. As it relates to cleanup efforts 2 years after the monster storm ravaged parts of Grand Bahama and Abaco, Storr isn't happy about that either. He detailed millions of dollars of spending with what he called minimal results at some dump sites.
Over the life of since Dorian, I would hazard a guess of about $10 to $20 million has been spent. And like I said, the debris is still there.
Storr says the Davis administration is investigating how to end some of the underperforming contracts. The chairman also addressed the authority not being in compliance with the law. Although a DRA progress report dated February 2021 was tabled in Parliament last year, the authority remains in violation of the Disaster Reconstruction Authority Act 2019, which mandates that the DRA submit a copy of its audited accounts to the minister responsible, together with a copy of any report made by the auditor 3 months after the end of each financial year.
We are working feverishly to make sure that we are in compliance, and that's one of the reasons why we have the financial audit that is going on to make sure that we comply with that. And we also we are going to hire a compliance officer to make sure that they can go through the document and any other documents that require compliance and make sure that we comply. Because right now, that's one of the major issues right now. With the simplest things, with the simplest contracts and things, there's nobody really in office to make sure the checks and balances are done.
Is there a timeline for all that to happen for it to be fully in compliance?
We're going through the exercise that I'm doing myself personally is going through the act now to make sure we are compliant with things and what we need to do to be compliant.
Storr says the new executive board's goal is to solve the issues they met in place as quickly as possible. He says an operational audit will now become a forensic audit. Reporting for the Guardian News Network, I'm Jasmine Brown.